My name is Siddina Henfield, and what you're about to see is my life as it is now. See, there is a defining moment in our lives that either make or break us, and this is mine. Relationships. My lover. When making any major decision, they say you should consider the persons in your life. Depending on that decision, it could alter not only yours, but their lives drastically. On May 5th, 2017 at 8:30 p.m., I was getting ready to get it on with my boyfriend. Taking a shower, I raised my arm and slid my hand down and felt it. Immediately, I knew what it was, and the tears flowed without hesitation. The more I cried, the more I washed, as if to scrub it away with the sludge down the drain, but it was going nowhere. Keep in mind, my tears were not of, oh my God, I'm going to die. I've accepted that at some point, 1 second of 1 minute of 1 hour, 1 day of 1 week of 1 month of 1 year, I will die, but not today. This is an issue that I have to deal with, and that's what I call it, an issue. I pulled up in front of his house. I sat there, a battle going on in my head. I start to gather my things and load them in the bag, and I start to put on a brave face. The hero in the family is the one who everyone comes to for advice. And now the hero was in trouble. And who would save her? Who would save me? A swell of emotions came over me and I burst into tears. Needy me won. Before I could compose myself, he was at the driver's side door. He could see my tears and my bloodshot eyes, my snotty, swollen nose. Immediately he knew something happened and asked what was wrong. And I knew that I couldn't tell him there. So he took me by the hand and walked me into the bedroom. I didn't know where to start, so I just blurted it out with tears and lots of snot. I have cancer. His eyes popped open and all the questions started. I don't remember exactly what we said or even what we talked about, but at the end of the night, it was agreed that I would go to the doctor first thing in the morning. That night, I didn't sleep. How could I, knowing that this thing was invading my body and not wanted to take over? The sad thing is, I did it to myself. After returning home from China and a 3-year fast, the binge drinking started. It was subtle, 3 for 9, 1 after work, 1 during stops, and the last one for bedtime. This went on for a couple of months, and I drank it with everything from conch salad to pasta to stew fish. He would always say that he would leave if I cut my hair because he didn't want to date someone with a bald head. This man has no hair on top of his head and tries to live vicariously through creating a 360 wave in my hair. We must be careful of what we say because God will surely send a test to us. His was my cutting my hair and seeing whether or not he would flow through with his ultimatum. But then I got the diagnosis and told him that if I were to take the treatment, that all my hair would fall out. Under the circumstances, I guess he saw where he would have to swallow his words since my being bald was not by choice. You see, my relationship with God is really important to me. And I could not understand how, as I was poisoning my body with chemo and radiation, I'm thanking him for my healing. That in itself seems like an entire contradiction. When I asked Chase his opinion, the only advice he could give is that if cutting off my breasts and taking both chemo and radiation will heal me, then I should do it. Safe to say I took up his offer once and stopped taking the chemotherapy. Probably the worst advice I ever did.